Welcome to my 12-team college football playoff breakdown. I'm going to explain the format, give you quick but accurate profiles for all 12 seeds with the real players and head coaches to watch. Then take you pick by pick to national champion with clear on-field reasons. Settle in and let's build this bracket. The CFP now takes 12 teams. The 5 highest-ranked conference champions are automatic qualifiers, and 7 more teams are at-large selections. After those 12 are set, the committee seeds 1 through 12 purely by ranking. Being a conference champ doesn't force you into seeds 1 through 4 anymore. The top 4 seeds, whoever they are, get first-round byes. Seeds 5 through 12 play on campus. 12 at 5, 11 at 6, 10 at 7, 9 at 8. Winners advance to bowl site quarterfinals and semifinals, then the title game. There's no reseeding. Once the bracket locks, the path is set. Seed 1 is the Ohio State. Head coach Ryan Day runs a modern, balanced attack that lets QB Julian Sayin play on time, while Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate threaten every blade of grass. The Buckeyes are balanced and tough on third down. If they finish red zone trips with 7, they look untouchable. Day's game plans are brutally efficient, and he'll gladly win with patience if you sit deep. Their perimeter speed forces lighter blocks, and that makes life easier for the run game. And when they have the lead, the pass rush tees off, and the clock becomes your enemy. Seed 2 is Alabama. Head coach Kalen DeBoer is elite at sequencing plays, keeping Ty Simpson in rhythm, while Ryan Williams and Jeremy Bernard trust the edges. The Tide lean on physical line play and late game poise. Field position and fourth quarter execution are their superpowers. DeBoer is also ruthless on scripted drives. You feel that in the first 15 plays. Alabama's depth shows up in special teams and in the trenches, when legs get heavy. Give them one takeaway and they usually cash it into points. Seed 3 is Indiana. Head coach Curt Cignetti builds clean, tough teams, and he's put QB Fernando Mendoza in a structure where Elijah Surratt and Omar Cooper can win outside without forcing hero ball. They win by being tidy. Few penalties, few giveaways, steady answers, and short yardage. Cignetti's calm sideline keeps games on schedule when things wobble. They're happy to make it a field position chess match, and in coin flip finishes, they rarely hand you the mistake. Seed 4 is Oregon. Head coach Dan Lanning empowers tempo and aggression, letting QB Dante Moore play fast while Kenyon Sadiq creates matchup issues and Noah Whittington adds burst. When the Ducks set the speed, you're chasing. If it gets muddy, they must grind out first downs. Lanning's teams hunt explosives and sudden change moments. The screen game steals easy yards when the deep shots aren't there, and they're comfortable leaning on pace in the third quarter to break games open. Seed 5 is Georgia. Head coach Kirby Smart turns Saturdays into trench clinics. QB Gunnar Stockton plays point guard, while CJ Allen sets the defensive tone. Georgia controls the line, turns long fields into points, and is elite in the red zone. Smart's situational chops shine on third and short and 2-minute. They compress games and force you to be patient for 60 minutes. One error against them often cascades into a 10-0 swing. Seed 6 is the Miami Hurricanes. Head coach Mario Cristobal leans into physicality with a passing game that features separators CJ Daniels and Malachi Toney. When protection holds, the ball comes out on time and the chains move. When it doesn't, rhythm vanishes. Cristobal's teams want to win the line of scrimmage first and let skill take over. If they start fast, they can run you off the field before halftime, but the key is keeping the edges clean against taut fronts. Seed 7 is Georgia Tech. Head coach Brent Key and his staff use motion and misdirection to free QB Haynes King and the backstick creases. They love one gadget or one takeaway to flip momentum, and if the run game is cooking, third downs feel short. Key's identity is blue-collar and opportunistic. The receiver room plays assignment sound football that turns 5-yard throws into 9. Special teams can steal hidden yards, which matters in tight games. Seed 8 is Vanderbilt. Head coach Clark Lee builds disciplined, low-mistake teams. Diego Pavia brings edge and creation, while Eli Stowers offers a change-up package. They shorten the clock, win field position, and land just enough deep shots to keep you honest. Lee's defenses make you snap it again and again. Vandy thrives in one-score, fourth quarter situations. If they get a +1 turnover day, they're a nightmare to shake. Seed 9 is LSU. Head coach Brian Kelly trusts Garrett Nussmeier to rip tight throws, while Harold Perkins ruins drives on defense. When tackling and space holds up, the Tigers can trade haymakers with anyone. Kelly's teams are prepared and efficient in situational football. LSU can string points in bunches if you blink. The question is sustaining that level for all 4 quarters. Seed 10 is Texas A&M. Head coach Mike Elko builds from the front 7 out. QB Marcel Reed adds legs to a physical offense that wants to own the line. When they're ahead of the sticks, play action creates easy explosives, and their red zone defense forces kicks. Elko's groups travel well because defense and run game scale. They're built to win ugly and enjoy it. Avoid flags, and they grind you down. Seed 11 is Arizona State. Head coach Kenny Dillingham plays fearless tempo. Sam Levitt pushes pace, Jordan Tyson stretches the field, and Raleek Brown turns a crease into 6. They're chaos in a good way. Confidence, 4th down guts, and stacks of quick snaps. Dillingham will step on the gas the moment he senses panic. If they steal one possession, they can flip the game script. And they believe in themselves in any stadium. Seed 12 is USF. Head coach Alex Golesh is all about pace and belief, letting Byron Brown run the hurry-up and stress every blade of grass. They want a track meet. The challenge is holding up against elite size for 4 quarters. Golesh sequences easy throws to keep Brown in rhythm. If USF grabs an early lead, their tempo multiplies. But if they're forced into 3rd and long, the advantage fades. First round, Georgia versus USF. CJ Allen and that front keep USF behind schedule and take away easy yards. Gunnar Stockton has timely play action shots to finish drives, and the Bulldogs squeeze the red zone and salt the clock late. USF lands some early jabs, but the line of scrimmage answers back. Georgia's punt and coverage unit win the hidden yards all night. The final 10 minutes belong to the run game as Smart leans on the 4-minute offense. Georgia wins. Miami versus Arizona State. Sam Levitt gets the ball out to Jordan Tyson and Raleek Brown before the rush arrives, and a 4th down go near midfield keeps a key drive alive. Miami's speed still flashes, but ASU's tempo wears on the defense. A late scramble drill turns into a chunk play that flips field position. Dillingham drains the clock with safe, high-percentage calls. ASU kneels it out past the 2-minute warning. ASU wins. Georgia Tech versus Texas A&M. Marcel Reed's legs punish man coverage and extend their downs into first, while the Aggies front dents Tech's run game and screens. Short fields and 2 red zone stands decide a 1-score game. A&M's patience avoids the bad giveaways that Key's teams hunt. Elko squeezes the middle 8 around halftime to steal points. The last possession ends with victory formation. Texas A&M wins. Vanderbilt versus LSU. Diego Pavia extends plays, Stowers change-up snaps keep LSU off balance, and a perfectly timed deep ball flips the field. Harold Perkins still makes splash plays, but Vandy refuses to blink in a 1-score finish. Lee's group wins special teams by a mile and turns 1 4th-quarter takeaway into points. Vandy's defense tackles inbounds to burn clock. A 4-minute march closes the door. Vanderbilt wins. Ohio State versus Vanderbilt. Saying to Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate stresses every coverage style, and the Buckeyes' balance shows up on 3rd down. Vandy battles into the 3rd, but depth and explosives separate after halftime. Ohio State's perimeter speed keeps boxes light, and the run game closes it. Day leans on tempo changes to stay unpredictable. The pass rush feasts once the game script flips. Ohio State moves on. Alabama versus Texas A&M. Ty Simpson stays clean, Ryan Williams and Jeremy Bernard create yards after catch, and the Tide win special teams. One takeaway gives Alabama the cushion it needs as DeBoer milks the clock with 4-minute offense. A&M's fronts keep it tight, but penalties bite at the worst time. The Tide's 2-minute drill grabs a field goal before halftime. Bama bleeds the last 4 minutes with power. Alabama wins. Indiana versus Arizona State. Fernando Mendoza plays the long game, Elijah Surratt hits the dagger off play action, and the Hoosiers tackle in space to erase cheap screens. They own field position with patient drives while the crowd gets loud. ASU's tempo lands early, but Indiana never blinks. Cignetti's situational football shows in 3rd and short and red zone. Indiana drains the final 3 minutes without giving the ball back. Indiana wins. Georgia vs. Oregon. CJ Allen and the Dogs slow Oregon's tempo and force red zone field goals, while Stockton hits 2 explosives off the run look. A fourth quarter interception sets up the go-ahead points as Smart turns it into a possession game. Oregon's speed still pops, but Georgia turns them into threes. The Dogs own 3rd and short on both sides. They finish with a defensive stand. Georgia wins. Ohio State vs. Georgia. Saban's timing throws keep the chains moving, while Jeremiah Smith wins the key one-on-one. One short field stop flips momentum. Carnell Tate helps close the door, and OSU's 2-minute offense is clean. Georgia drags it into the deep end, but Ryan Day and Julian Sayin answer the last question. The Buckeye defense wins the final 3rd down. Ohio State advances to the championship. Alabama vs. Indiana. 2 verticals land after the run game softens the box, and the Tide defense deletes Indiana's easy yards. A late kick stretches the lead as the board controls tempo and spacing. Indiana plays their clean game, but can't chase 2 scores. Bama's depth shows up in the pass rush. The final drive ends at the goal line with kneel downs. Alabama wins. Alabama vs. Ohio State. The Tide pass rush disrupts Julian Sayin just enough to steal 2 possessions, while Simpson stays on schedule and hits Ryan Williams in space. DeBoer's situational calm and special teams are the final edge in a 1-score classic. Ohio State lands his punches. Alabama answers every time. The last 5 minutes are all clock and field position. Bama closes with a 1st down and the confetti falls. Alabama lifts the trophy. That's the bracket, the real players and head coaches who swing it, and the exact path to the trophy. Drop your 12 seeds, your first round upsets, and your champion in the comments, and tell me which matchup I messed up. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.